In this video, we're going to be talking about the double vertical stroke. This basically means that both mallets are going to be thrown into the bars and play two notes simultaneously. Let's start by using an interval that's pretty comfortable, kind of in the middle. Let's start with a perfect fifth. First thing we're going to do is we're going to lay the mallets on the bars. And if you're new to the technique, just take this time to double check and make sure everything with the technique is okay. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to use the wrist and we're going to push the mallet heads into the bars. What you'll notice is that the part of the arm where the hand meets the forearm is going to pop up slightly. Next thing you're going to do is pull the mallets back towards you, like this. And as you'll notice, that place that was elevated is now going to make a slight depression in your arm. The last thing we need to do is simply throw the mallets into the bars and return to where we just were. So once again, start with the mallets on the bar. Slightly push into the bars using your wrist. Pull the mallets back towards you. Throw them into the bars. Now, if you need to repeat this process a few times to get the motion, take as much time as you need. As you get more comfortable, that you won't have to go through the process of pushing in and pulling back on the mallets. A couple of things to watch out for. Make sure that you're not locking your arm and using your arm to play the strokes. It should be a throwing motion from the wrist. Something else to watch out for is make sure your fingers aren't opening and closing as you're playing in order to kind of whip the mallets into the bars. The fingers are just there to hold the mallets and are responsible for the interval changes. Once again, start with 1 and check everything to make sure that it's comfortable. As you get more comfortable, start adding 2 to 4 and so on. One last thing to think about, make sure that the mallets aren't stopping in the middle of the motion. So you don't want to stop the mallets at the bottom only to have you to have to bring them back up yourself. It should be one smooth motion from start to finish, with the acceleration into the bars matching the deceleration coming out of the bars. So don't stop in the middle of it only to have them bring them back up yourself. It should be one smooth motion.